Hey you guys, I'm Brian Paul, and it's time for some more PlayStation VR breaking news. First up, ARK just got updated with patch version 1.02, and this update actually delivers on some of Snailgame's promises. You can see in the patch notes that they improved the quality of graphics, and that's totally true. The resolution and level of immersion is definitely better in most areas, but some locations remain completely untouched, making the difference between the areas really jarring. This patch also adds full locomotion, strangely called real-time mode, with either the Move controllers or the DualShock 4. But as expected, it comes with some serious issues. The movement speed is slower than slow, and the click turning is practically broken. Most games allow you to hold the move button to walk, and then on the other controller, turn left and right. Not ARK. ARK forces you to turn right with the right move controller and left with the left move controller. So when you're walking, you have to stop walking to turn left. Still, it's a step in the right direction for ARK. Next up, as you probably know by now, the VR patch for Obduction didn't exactly live up to our expectations. The graphics are extremely blurry, there's load screens every few steps, and it only has teleportation and click turning. Not to mention some really severe forced blinders when you're in any kind of moving vehicle. Well, Cyan Worlds issued this statement. Hey Obduction PSVR explorers, we're really excited about getting Obduction released on PSVR. It was quite a bit of brute force, hard work, and magic to move our rather expansive worlds onto the PSVR platform, and it certainly took longer than we expected. Here are a few notes regarding this initial release. There are many Sony requirements that must be met for certification approval on PSVR. Some of these requirements result in changes that many players appreciate and other players might question. Additional features may be added in future updates based on changes in certification requirements that allow for those features. And finally, performance improvements will be added in future updates as we migrate to new versions of our development engine and implement additional optimization. So what does all this mean? Well, a few things. 1, they're blaming a whole lot of stuff on Sony. 2, they're not promising any kind of full locomotion or smooth turning patch. And 3, the only thing they are promising are performance improvements. So maybe some sharper graphics and maybe some less load screens. Trust me, I'd love to know exactly what Cyan Worlds is planning, but this message doesn't instill me with much confidence. And then finally, it wouldn't be a great breaking news report without the announcement of a new PlayStation VR game. This one's called Detached. It initially came out on Steam in May of last year for $25, but it's coming to PlayStation VR July 5th. Billed as a challenging PSVR adventure on an abandoned space station in a galaxy far, far away. This one's promising a full single-player campaign and 2 PvP challenge modes. Now, developer Anchar Studios isn't messing around. They're billing this one as an extreme VR experience that simulates sudden and dramatic acceleration, free-falling, twisting, and rolling. It's not for VR-sensitive players. Does anyone else find it curious that this game could pass Sony's certification process, but Obduction couldn't? Just saying. Alright you guys, that's all the breaking news I have for you today. But make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the latest PlayStation VR reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts, and of course breaking news. As always, I'm Brian Paul, and I love you all.